Hecate, Hecate, Hecate. And I say her name 3 times because she is indeed a triple goddess. And as I say that, I can feel the power and the energy just surge into this space. And I hope that you receive that too, as we honor deeply this very, very powerful mother, this very, very powerful goddess. Now, Hecate, let's start with her name. Is she Egyptian? No, she's not. She's Greek. But there is a connection on the in the ethers, as it were, because I work deeply with the Egyptian magic, which is Heka, Heka. Now, there are many different ways you can spell Hecate. For me, it's Heka, Heka. Te. So there's another reference to the powerful goddess energy of magic, powerful magic. And she is indeed the goddess of witchcraft. She's the goddess of crossroads. She holds 2 torches which illuminate the way when you need to make a decision. She assists others that going through the death process to be able to go from one realm to the other. She walks between 2 worlds, as do you, as do I, because we're powerful spiritual beings. Essentially, we are Hecate. We all have these aspects of the gods and goddesses within us. And as we evolve on this journey of becoming, especially now, we are now moving along through an evolution, and then right, now we're in the era of Hecate. So now here we go. We gotta embody that aspect, and it's a very, very powerful thing right now because she's up front and center. She is, everybody I seem to speak to is talking about Hecate or Lilith. And, these are the darkest of mothers, especially Sekhmet as well, so this is where we're at. I mean, of course, Mary Magdalene and Isis, they are all around, and Nephthys actually to a point, and they all have that dark and light aspects. All of them do, even Hecate. But I think like the deep prominence of that real getting to the depths of ourselves, it takes courage. And we keep using the words, we are encouraged to step into that place. Now, if you look at encouraged, the word courage is in there, or encouragement, pushing us forward and kind of like not leading through fear, because otherwise we just stay stagnant. We're actually stepping forward fearlessly. And that takes encouragement from the goddesses who are cheering us on and moving us forward, because we're going in to claim the deepest, darkest parts of self. And that is very divine feminine. Now, I just want to chuck this out to the men who watch these videos and also connect with these gods and goddesses. We're in agreement, right? It's not just down to the physical women, because we talk so much about goddesses and priestesses and everything like that. And sometimes, it kind of feels like at the exclusion to the divine masculine in physical form, but absolutely not. How does that affect you? How do you step into the world? And I had a very, very deep conversation with my husband the other day. And I said, how do you feel with all of these divine feminine powers, goddesses? Because we speak about it all the time, and he has his own experiences with that. And he said he's just more deeply intuitive and aware when it comes to, working in the realms of business and things like that. And he has a deep sense and connection of intuition. And I think that's what the men are really, really starting to feel. You will always be space holders, and you hold our space. And we are so grateful for that, as we do you. But there is a different experience with a divine masculine and physical form with these gods and goddesses. But either way, generally, common denominator is full access to our power, whether you're a man or a woman, full access to your power. Now, I want to speak about, I've got several points to share with you now. I want to speak about who joins us right now. We have Hecate, and of course, I want to put it on your radar as well that we are deep diving next week, because we've been called to the temple by Sekhmet and Hecate, and the two of them are working with me like together. I suppose we're the triple goddesses. There's me, there's Sekhmet, and there's Hecate. Now in the temple meet on the 20, I think it's the 27th. Anyway, it's the last Thursday of this month. Every month, but this particular classroom is going to be working with Sekhmet, her fires of destruction, to destroy the illusion. She then will hand you over to Hecate, who will give you the torches for illumination, so you can decide on your next step forward, because she's the goddess of crossroads as well, and the goddess of keys. And I'm going to break this down as we go through the video, so you can actually be better embodied when we come to temple and work with these two powerful goddesses, Sekhmet and Hecate. So we've got big work to do. So just to remind you as well that this month of February is very much governed by Bridget, fiery red hair, beautiful Celtic Irish goddess. And she's the one that's all about renewal and rebirth and passion, and, sort of like willingly going through the death to rise again into the solar energy, the sun. So that is the umbrella of February. So we are all willing to die right now. Before we fought it tooth and nail. Now we are willing to die, because if we weren't, we would not have these goddesses around us, like Lilith, like Hecate, like Sekhmet in the way that she's showing up. And I also want to bring Anubis into the space, okay? Now, I will be doing a separate video on him because he's very much part of all of this. And in he is very, very divine masculine. Now, he is also kind of like helps lost souls to step over to the you know, the into the luminal spaces. So death and rebirth again, right? So that's Anubis that is also an opener of the way because he has a very, very powerful sense of smell and hearing. All of his senses are very, very powerful to keep us on track when we're in the depths of the darkness. So that is also to do with death and rebirth. So that is why, I mean, if you look here, Anubis. Now, FYI, this is what also blew my socks off because I'm going to now share with you my initiation with Hecate, and you may be experiencing her, or maybe after this video you will, as to how ferociously she comes in, and it's okay. But this dog here is, I'm gonna post on my channel, my dog Anubis. I have a dog Anubis. He's my dog. He's assigned to me. And when I saw Hecate and I saw, hang on a minute, she's got these dogs all around her. Oh my God. So first of all, I made the connection in my waking life, but also Anubis is the Egyptian god that looks just like this. So they're very much to do with psychopomp, you know, which is kind of like transitioning. As you die, you transition, you go to the next level. So much to do with the light side of death. Let's just put it there. And we want to die now. So all of this can change into something else much higher vibrational. So this is the true initiation of going into the depths, the deepest depths, the final surge, I want to say, not even purge, surge into that awakening. And this is the entry portal, which Hecate has the keys to, that she will open that door and she will unlock it and she'll go, there you go, there's your new timeline. But this takes time and space and unconditional love for self for you to go through this process. So this is why 2025 is a little bit of a hurry up and wait. We've kind of entered into this month and we're all in this state of grace and peace. And we're all just going, yeah, like everything's uncertain, but there's no real time to go because it's not that time yet because we're in the deep, dark depths. We're in the womb. So we're in that kind of like restoration, getting ready to actually step into our new earth timeline, which will be the second half of 2025. So now we are also joined by Ma'at. There are so many beings around us right now. So remember, Ma'at is all about, she's the one with the extended wings. I don't know whether you can see it here. I always give my wrong arm. That is Ma'at. I don't know whether you can see that. I can't twist my arm around because it doesn't go that way. But anyway, you get the gist. She's the one with the cosmic, there we go, cosmic feather, okay? And my nail varnish, I do realize it needs to be done. So that's the cosmic feather, okay? And that's the difference between her and Isis. Now, Ma'at is all about, she's all about truth, justice, law, order, balance. So there's a lot of chaos going out there as we are redirected. Got nothing to do with this. There's nothing for you to do. It's as a result that you've done everything that is chaotic out there. Let it sort itself out. We're busy in the depths with Hecate, and she's guiding us to those spaces. Because remember, Hecate is also about bringing the unseen into the scene. So if you have something or someone that you don't quite trust, or you're not quite sure whether that is exactly how it's supposed to be, Hecate will actually show you in no uncertain terms, like, this is the truth, bam. And that can be quite traumatic and upsetting in itself when you thought something was a certain way and all of a sudden it's not. So that is why we have to, that's why I always say the big question is, are you ready for this change? That is what keeps us stammering on the back foot, that we're a little bit like, oh, I'm not too sure whether I'm ready for this sudden change of direction, which is exactly what Hecate is going to be bringing us, right? So she holds two torches. Let's get into her symbolism, as it were. So she holds two torches. So once we have like kind of like destroyed all the blockages and everything like that, thank you, Sekhmet, then Hecate comes in and she holds her torches and she is illuminating them. She will give them to you so you can actually see exactly where you're going, and also as well see the truth. And thank you, Ma'at, see the truth in what is in the shadows. So can you see how all of these gods and goddesses that you've walked with to date, they shapeshift. She shapeshifts, 100% she shapeshifts. Also as well, Hecate has three faces because she's a triple goddess. Yeah, we get that. She's connected to the moon, but she also has three faces to be able to have a 360-degree view because she don't miss nothing. She don't miss a trick, and that's your full awareness, right? So nothing can be, no wool can be pulled over your eyes, put it that way, you know? So she holds these torches, and as she holds these torches, she's very stern. She'll be like, decide, make a decision. and that's what these dark mothers are like. They're tough love, right? So my story a week ago, I was in the depths of my sickness once again, feeling very, very unwell. Whole family went out for the day, and I was literally forced to stay in bed. And I thought, well, here we go, another energy day of just being sick. And we've all been there. We're kind of fed up. We're sick of being sick, right? And I was like, oh my God, what is this about? And then all of a sudden she came in like a freight train. It all started with one little TikTok I was watching. And then all of a sudden my phone exploded. And before I knew it, I was in here channeling Hecate and writing. And it was just like, woof. An hour later, she said, get up. You're going to the woods, and there's a particular woods very close to me, which is, I've only just found out, is actually called Hell Woods, Hel, because it's an Afrikaans name, because I live in Africa. It's Afrikaans name. And it's basically known as Hell's Bowl because it's very underworldy and very rooty, and kind of like you go there and it's like you're in this portal. And those were the woods that I was called to just up the road. And when I walked there, and I walked with my dog Anubis and my other dog, and we walked there because I was with my animals. And I was like, wow, I'm with my dogs. I'm in the underworld. And Hecate was just talking to me the whole way through. And as I walked through this journey, I went into deeper and deeper and deeper into the undergrowth until I emerged. And when I came out of it, I was in tears. I was out of breath through emotion. And I was like, what just happened? And that is how fiercely and ferociously she can come in. Sound familiar? It's like Sekhmet. So now this is another thing she told me as well through my channel. A lot of people will say, oh no, I called Hecate in. She made it very clear to me that she was like, no, 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 you didn't call me because I don't get called. You have to turn up and decide, and you meet me down in the depths. I don't come to you, honey. You come to me. And that's why she said to me, you're in the darkest part of self now. And I was like, really? And she said, yeah, you're in the depths. And she said, this is a good indication to tell you that you are about to fully embrace and embody your divine feminine power, and get ready for this. And I was like, wow. And she was like, are you in? I'm like, I'm in. I didn't get this far to turn around. So you actually arrive in her space, not the other way around. That's the way I see it, right? So making decisions. She's now going to ask you, especially when we move to the temple meeting, maybe embody this energy of Hecate. And when we go and we move into the temple, be ready for her. I can feel the energy as I'm speaking, because the combination of Sekhmet and Hecate together, yeah, I could hold energy. This is strong. This is very, very strong. Probably the strongest energy I've held with the two of them together. Now, she's also the keeper of the keys. Can you see there? She has the keys there, right? And the keys, she opens other portals, she opens other dimensions. So if you want to go and travel to other realms, she is your mother, your goddess, your guide that will show you how to do that. But that door will not be opened unless you are prepared to go for the initiation, unless you give your sacred yes. Remember, there is no transformation without sacrifice. And that is what she's sternly saying right now. There is no transformation without sacrifice. So refrain from thinking that you can sit in the back of the cave and receive all the gift and prize. It's not going to happen. And this is her speaking, kind of not me. And that's the sternness, the tough love that she comes through with. And it actually makes me want to cry a little bit, because it's kind of intense, but it's what we need. And it's that final kick up the backside to say, right, you ready? Do you know what I mean? Suck it up, buttercup. Let's do this. And that's the energy that she comes through with. Now, her couple with Sekhmet, they do come across tough love, but however, there is so much soft love that can come from that. Because remember, these goddesses, even though they are dark mothers, they are also of the light, because they oscillate, right? So basically, as we're in the depth of the darkness, you will always arrive at the light, because the light is in the darkness. Do you see what I'm saying? So they primarily live down there. And the vision I was showing today was when we go through the sea, and this might be a good visualization and meditation for you to just go into. It's not even a journey, it's just a visualization. When you close your eyes, call in Hecate, 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 say her name 3 times, and allow yourself as if you are sinking into the depths of the sea. You go beyond the surface of the sea where you can still see sunlight. Then you drop down to the next level where the whales are, where, the octopuses are and all those kind of things. Do you know what I mean? That's where the coral is and everything like that. And it's all still rather lovely. Then you dive to the deep blue, the depths where you cannot see your hand in front of your face, where those freaky little fish with funny teeth and everything like that hang out, where there are undiscovered species, basically, because nobody's ever been that far. Can you get comfortable with just going all the way down there. So have that feeling in your visualization of going into the depths of the sea, into the darkness, and just breathing there. That is where you will find Hecate and all of those other gods and goddesses that are waiting for you to kind of just show you that there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. So now I've spoken about the Anubis, the dog, right? So if you dream of domestic dogs, which I have been for a long time, and I didn't realize that it's deeply connected to Hecate. So domestic dogs in your dreams is very much an indication that she's connecting with you. Many speak about angel numbers and things like that. Look, I connect with her through the 333 because she's obviously, triple goddess and, threes. I'm deeply connected to 3 because the alchemy teaching, you may be the same. It really doesn't matter what vibration they give to you as in numbers. It's to do with the language that you understand. So for example, if you were to connect with, I don't know, triple seven and you were like, yes, seven's my indication that that's a dark goddess, then they're going to use that number to connect with you. That's what spirit does. They work with a language that works for you, right? There was a lady that worked with channeling, and she left a house that she dearly loved, and her heart was broken because she had to leave the house, and she wasn't bothered about the house, but she was bothered about the apple tree. Had these glorious, beautiful apples on her tree. So every time after she left the house and she did channeling for people, they would show her an apple tree, and she would know that that was time to move, time for transition. So you see, they will use your own internal dialogue that you understand to connect with them deeper, because remember, that's what they want, right? So I always encourage you to come in here and work with your power, your dialogue, your dictionary, your filter, and they will work with you on that. So if you want to deepen your connection with the goddesses, that's how you do it, right? So now, I keep saying it, there is nothing to heal, only to reveal. And that is what the goddesses are saying to us now. If you are willing to go to the deepest, darkest depths of self, if you are willing to go there to meet Hecate, right? That means that we are now on the final precipice of surging forward into the new earth timeline. It's almost like the final push, before we birth, right? So now, what happens is when we're in this state, there's very little for you to do because you've done it. So you just need to watch and observe. If you are calling in the goddess Hecate, if you are calling in the goddess Lilith, or even Ma'at, and you're asking to be shown the truth, then of course, that's exactly what you do. Wait to be shown. So allow your awareness to be 360 degrees, just like Hecate. Allow your awareness to allow yourself to pass over control to them. And you're just going to sit and watch the movies and observe what they want to show you. Because if you're in doing phase too much, then you haven't gone down to the deep phases. If you are still taking control of your journey, then you haven't got there yet. So if you haven't, you got to let go and come into this space of allowing the reveal to be shown to you. Because once you see it out there and you go, wow, look at that. It's not what I thought it was. That's when belief systems change. That's when perceptions change. And when your perceptions change, your whole world changes, and you're going to be shown the truth. And that is what we're all here for, right? So with that being said, I'm going to leave you with this video of Hecate. I love this image. This image is so cool. I'm going to leave you with her. And we're going to meet in the temple because we've been called by Hekate and Sekhmet. So I will see you there next week. And together we ride. Together we ride. Peace.